As I'm sure you all already know, it seems as if we're getting two separate banners for version 1.1, one for Zhongli and one for Childe. Now really quickly, you need to take this information with a grain of salt because this could change as far as what we're seeing. Also, a massive shout out to Zinnia on Twitter for providing this information for the image that we're taking a look at, and I do apologize, it's a bit blurry. But I thought it would be really fun to go ahead and discuss which banner actually holds more value for you to pull on. Now, first and foremost, before we jump into that topic, I did want to go ahead and quickly mention that depending on who you want to obtain as your 5-star is obviously the banner you're going to pull on. I feel like that's common knowledge, right? So if Zhongli is your main man, that's the banner you're going to pull on. And if Childe is the person that you want to obtain, the 5-star you want to get on your account, then obviously you're going to be pulling on the Childe banner to try and obtain that character. I feel as if that's common knowledge, but I felt the need to say that anyways before hopping into which banner I feel has the most value. Also, with that being said, it's going to be very subjective to each individual because it all harkens back to what you have on your account already. So you have to take a look and see what you want to obtain, and that will determine what banner you pull on to determine which is more valuable for you, right? I hope that makes sense. So I'm still going to do my best to try and be as unbiased as possible and just give my honest opinion on both. But of course, like I mentioned, there's going to be some of that mixed in there, you know, with my opinion, just because I'm looking at my account as well. And I'll give you my reasons for where I'm going to pull primarily. So I hope that is all going to be informative. I hope you enjoy the video today. If you do, drop a like and subscribe for more Genshin Impact content, especially if you enjoyed today's video. Go ahead and consider subscribing. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So the image on the left with Ningguang, Beidou, and Diona is apparently going to be Childe's banner. Once again, this can change as far as the characters or which 5-star is on which banner, but apparently this is going to be the Childe banner. And once again, I do apologize for being blurry. And then on the right side with Razor, Chongyun, and Xinyan is going to be Zhongli's banner, apparently. Again, this could all change. Now, we have to go ahead and discuss which I feel is more valuable or which banner has more value for you. And let me just give you what I'm going to be doing, so that way it may give you a perspective on how you want to do things. So for me, right off the bat, Razor is a very enticing character to be on this banner. And the reason why we're, really quickly, but before I jump into it, the reason why we're talking about these characters and what banner is more valuable is because these 4-stars right here are what you're going to be obtaining the most when you're pulling to try and obtain your Childe or your Zhongli. So you have to keep that in mind because they're going to have a higher drop rate and there's obviously more of them. So you're going to be more frequently pulling them than you're going to be pulling your Zhongli or Childe. So you have to really determine which one's going to be best for you, right? I just felt the need to say that as well. Now going back to what I'm going to be doing, Razor is very enticing for me because Razor is one of my main characters, one of my main damage dealer. He's on my primary team and I use him all the time. So this is very enticing as I want to get more constellations on him. Also, Zhongli is a 5-star character, the 5-star character that I feel is going to be just a little, like a hint better, just slightly, and is a little more enticing for me as well, a little more appealing with him being Geo, polearm user. He has just everything I'm looking for in a 5-star character right now. So Zhongli is going to be the one I'm going for primarily. So this banner right here alone, plus I like Xinyan, I like her character design and her being a Pyro Greatsword user. A defensive one at that. So this banner right here, the Zhongli banner, if this is how it's going to be when it releases, is extremely appealing to me, and that's the one I'm going to be pulling on primarily. And for the reasons I just mentioned, Razor's Constellations, Zhongli being the 5-star I want to get the most, and Xinyan being the 4-star, the new one that I am, you know, gravitating towards more than Diona. Even though I think they're both going to be fantastic, and I think Diona is going to be fantastic, Xinyan is just, I'm gravitating more towards her. Chongyun is great, and I would love to be able to get more constellations on him as well. I just don't have him built up, but if I do get more constellations, then that will definitely be a bonus. So that's why Zhongli's banner is going to be extremely valuable to me. That's why it's more appealing, and that's why I'm going to be pulling there. So you need to maybe take how I'm looking at things and maybe apply it to your own account, and that could definitely help you decide. keep in mind that both banners with Ningguang, Razor, Beidou, and Chongyun, and with the 2 new 4-star characters are all really good characters. I mean, they did a really good job, in my opinion, of balancing the characters for both banners, as they're all great and they're all going to be really good to have on your account or to get constellations on. For example, if we talk about Beidou's not really constellation heavy, but she's just a really good electro greatsword user to have, and they complemented her with putting Razor on the other banner, who once again is a electro greatsword user, just a main DPS. I think Beidou has more utility and versatility than Razor, but I think Razor's a better damage dealer. But they did a great job of balancing those two. And then Ningguang being just an extremely DPS heavy oriented Geo user, but also has versatility with her kit, is going to be great, especially if you can get some dupes into her. And then they tried to balance it with Chongyun being on the other side, just a really strong cryo DPS character that has some great utility as well. So I think they did a really good job balancing. The only thing that I don't believe they balanced out too well is Zhongli's banner being all greatsword or claymore users, and they did a really good job with Childe's banner having a catalyst, a claymore, and a bow user, and then Childe himself being a bow user. The only thing is that you have 2, or I believe Diona, is she cryo? I believe Diona is cryo, so scratch that, because Childe is hydro. So they did a great job in balancing the elements as well as balancing the weapon archetypes for the characters. Here you just have 3 claymore users, but you do have electro, you have a cryo, and you have a pyro, and then you have Geo and Zhongli. So they did a great job balancing the elemental types, just not so much the weapon type. So like I mentioned before, you definitely have to take a look back on your account and then determine what you need and what you are wanting to get more dupes of if you don't have the characters already. So for example, if Beidou's one of your main users, or Ningguang, I know a lot of people are really anticipating getting more dupes for Ningguang or just getting her in general, then obviously that Childe banner is looking to be very enticing or appealing to you, and you may want to go ahead and pull there to go ahead and obtain that Ningguang that you need. Or for example, like in my case, Razor is one of my main DPS, and I only have, I think, 1 constellation in him, or 1 dupe. Then obviously the Zhongli banner might be very appealing or enticing. Same with Chongyun. Same case if you only have, you know, Chongyun himself and no constellations, or you're very close to maxing him out. Whatever your situation is, then Chongyun might be, or Zhongli's banner might be very enticing. And then once again, it really goes back to who you want as a 5-star more. If you're really looking for Childe or Zhongli, or if you're going for both, then yeah, you definitely have to take a look at your 4 stars and determine what you are needing more of, or what you want to obtain if you don't have them already. So if you're asking me where do I see the most value in banners, let's just say you don't have anything at all and you're starting scratch, like you're starting Genshin Impact for the first time and you're going to be pulling on a banner and you want to know which one's more valuable. I would say personally, if you're starting fresh, just a brand new account, I think the Childe banner is going to be more beneficial for you. Just because of the versatility, the way they balance it out. You have Childe, who is going to be extremely strong. Like I mentioned, I don't think he's really far off from Zhongli at all. If anything, when he officially drops, he might actually be better than Zhongli. Being a Hydro user is super beneficial for anybody who doesn't have a Hydro user or just starting the game for the first time. And then the other elemental types are going to be just extremely valuable. Ningguang's going to be really good Geo. Not necessarily replacing Zhongli, but definitely going to be a good fill-in, right, for that archetype right there. You also have Beidou, who's a fantastic Electro user, really, really good versatility, and then Diona is probably going to be a really good cryo range bow user. So I think the Childe banner is more valuable just because of the balance and the versatility, especially if you're first starting the game. But if you're asking me what's most enticing from a subjective biased opinion, I think Zhongli's banner is just more appealing, and that's just because of my own bias. But I think Childe's banner is or has more value because of those reasons that I mentioned. And then if you were to look into constellations, like I mentioned, Beidou's not too constellation heavy. You know, you start investing some dupes into her, any character gets great, but I don't think hers is just as impactful. Ning Wang, if we take a look at Constellations here, she starts to become pretty nutty once you start to really look into her constellations and start to dupe her out. So you have the Sparkling Scatter. Hold on, this is our Elemental Burst. I meant to look at the constellation. Where are the constellations? Are they down here? Where are the constellations? I thought they were down there. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, jeez, guys, I'm sorry about that. So we have Constellation here. I like how they just pretty much summarize it. So you have when normal attack hits, deals AoE damage. That's really good. Jade Screen is shattered. Its cooldown will reset, which is fantastic. Increases Star Shatter skill by 3. Allies within a 10-meter radius of the Jade Screen take 10% less elemental damage, so some debuff. Increases Jade Screen skill by 3. And then Star Shatter is used. Ning Wang gains 7 Star Jades, basically just allowing her to hit tremendously hard. And then taking a look at Beto's Constellation. Once again, doesn't add too much, but she does gain some additional electro damage and be able to do some more damage as far as that's concerned. Buffs up her shield and things of that nature. So Beto becomes pretty good as well. And then if we take a look at Chongyun's Constellations, he becomes pretty nutty as well. So last attack of Chongyun's normal attack combo releases 3 Ice Blades. Each blade deals 50% of Chongyun's attack as cryo damage to all enemies, so that 50% is really good buff. And then you have the second one where Elemental Skills and Elemental Burst cast within the Frost Shield created by Spirit Blade have their cooldown time decreased by 15%, really good. This is just a stat increase for the talent. Chongyun regenerates 1 energy every time he hits an enemy affected by cold or frozen status effects, which is really good right there. Once again, this increases the talent for that. And then the 6th one deals 15% more damage, the Spirit Blade, to enemies with a lower percentage of their max HP remaining than Chongyun. This skill will also summon 1 additional Spirit Blade, so Chongyun becomes pretty fantastic, as well as Razor with his Constellations. If we take a look at them quickly, with the first one picking up an Elemental Orb or Particle, increases Razor damage by 10% for 8 seconds, so just makes him even more DPS oriented. His second one increases crit rate against enemies with less than 30% HP by 10%, which is actually goes hand in hand with the Wolf Gravestone, which is the weapon I have on him. So this dupe is going to be extremely instrumental in allowing Razor to just hit so much harder, especially with that weapon on him. And then this just increases his talent of his Lightning Fang. And then the 4th one, when casting his ult, Claw on Thunder. Is that his ult or the Elemental Burst? So Claw on Thunder is his skill, excuse me. So this is increasing his Elemental Burst. And this one is for his Elemental skill. Enemies hit will have defense decreased by 15% for 7 seconds, which is really great. And then this one increases his ult or his, Elemental skill. I'm getting them confused. Talent. And then the 6th one, every 10 seconds, Razor's Sword charges up, causing the next normal attack to release lightning that deals 100% of Razor's attack as electro damage. That right there, 100%, is just astronomical. And then when Razor is not using Lightning Fang, a Lightning Strike on an enemy will grant Razor an Electro Sigil for Claw on Thunder. This last dupe right here is just so impactful. It's actually kind of crazy, to be honest with you. So dupes on Razor is extremely valuable. So yeah, these 4 characters are all really good 4-stars. They're all really great. So you can't go wrong either way. But like I mentioned, once again, the Childe banner I think has more value to it. If you're a new player or free-to-play player, you need to round out your teams a little bit better. I think the Childe banner is just slightly more valuable, just very slightly. The Zhongli banner just to me is more appealing. With it being 3 Claymore users, just kind of takes the value down a little bit because you definitely want a mix of your weapon users. But I like the characters. I think they're all really strong, and I like this 4-star character Xin Yan just a little bit more than I do Diona. So Yeah, that's just my opinion on the matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about the banners in the comments down below. And once again, this could all change. You have to keep that in mind, that this isn't set in stone until it officially releases or we get official word on MiHoYo's page. But this is just something that I wanted to talk about, just to get a discussion going and to let you guys know what my opinions are on the banners and what I think about them. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was slightly informative, and I hope it helps you make a bit of a decision. Once again, remember, if it's either Childe or Zhongli, you have to keep in mind who you want to get more, and then that's just going to determine what banner you go on, to be quite honest. But keep in mind, the banner you do pull on are going to be the 4 stars that you're going to be pulling most often than that 5-star. So remember that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.